Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine, and I vlog daily from my country to keep you updated on the real life situation in Ukraine during this awful war with Russia. And of course you must see together with me how we will win this terrorist state. Yesterday we had a serious electricity shortage and it continues today. For Russian trolls who still ask me how do I upload my videos with much effort. For example, yesterday we did not have electricity for 8 hours, then it appeared at 11:30 p.m. and maybe until 2 a.m. we had it. So I had an opportunity to upload my last video with the update on my thoughts and emotions during this blackout. Now I record this video without electricity using my phone and some light, but I hope that in the evening we will get electricity and I will be able to upload. If not, maybe I will go out because in different districts there are generators working close to cafes and so on. And I very much value our communication and I never want to lose this contact. Anyway, if I'm not online for a particular reason, you don't have to worry really much because I have plans to survive and to win this orcs and to celebrate our victory. From what I know, what has happened yesterday, they have shot like more than 70 missiles. 51 were stopped by Ukrainian air defense systems, but many of them ruined once again our electric infrastructure, and as a result, two big power stations, atomic power stations or power plants, they don't work in Rivne and in Khmelnytsk. Rivne is the regional center really close to me. And perhaps this is why we don't have electricity in my city, because there were no explosions here, but there is not enough power in the system, so the major part of Ukraine is without the supply. And also I know the problems in Moldova and on checkpoints and customs checkpoints in Romania and Hungary. So we may say that terrorist state Russia ruins not only Ukrainian life, but lives of many other European countries. And it is a global danger to the world. I'm really grateful that Europarlament and NATO speak about Russia as a terrorist state, but we have to act because today is the 24th of November. Thanksgiving, by the way, and I will speak about that too. And today is the 24th of November. It is not yet winter in Ukraine, and we predict that similar shortages, outages, and blackouts will follow during all the winter months, and each time gets more and more problematic. Because what happens during this blackout? Imagine the people in the hospitals who just had their operations and they have to stay without heat, without water, without electricity, because all of these elements are connected. Like you need electricity to have water supply, sometimes you need electricity to have heat supply, and you can never be fully prepared. Plus, even if you have generators and various various additional gadgets, they cannot work for a really long period of time. Also, we did not have normal mobile connection, and we cannot call or SMS, and we don't have internet. For example, I don't speak a lot about this news because I don't have access to news. Just for a couple of minutes something may appear, I hear a beep or a click on my phone, then I run up. I cannot check email, I cannot check your comments, that's why I don't answer. And I will have to apply some effort to find and to upload this video. So also the streets are dark, the shops aren't working, we don't have classes at the university, and we don't know when we will be able to resume. Of course, we adapt pretty quickly, we have all the things we need, but at the same time we realize that, as President Zelensky also said, typically Russia needs a week or 10 days to collect a new portion of missiles and once again to hit and destroy our infrastructure. It is nothing else than terrorism, and all Russian speakers, they say that, okay, if you want to stop this electricity shortages, just start talking with us. It is nothing else than terrorism, because by ruining our civilian infrastructure, by killing babies in the maternity house, this by destroying schools, hospitals, streets, and making people sit in cold darkness. They want to ruin our will, to make us do what they want. Of course they will fail, because real darkness is not in Ukraine, it is in Russia. We have these technological problems, and they have psychological, spiritual, ideological, and all the possible problems. But the world, it's terrorism. It's terrorism that happening daily. They are ruining lives of many Ukrainians, and they are a threat to the world. I believe it's not a problem for them to nuke, and not only Ukraine. So Putin has to be stopped, Putin has to be destroyed together with his regime, and much work must be done with Russian society. Maybe a quick update on how my morning looked today. Well, I was pretty wrong, because when I had electricity at 11:30 in the evening, I decided I will have it in the morning. So there are lots of things that I did not do. And then in the morning, when I woke up, it was pretty cold in the flat, because I need electricity to heat the apartment, and it is still pretty cold. So I had to put some clothes on, and this woolen socks and stuff like that. Then I have to check the refrigerator, because it's not working without electricity. It's cold outside, but not freezing cold, so we had to check what products are expensive and must be eaten first. And so that was a decision for our breakfast, what products need to be saved, I mean eaten by us. So that's what we did with my mom. And also the electric kettle does not work, so I boiled tea on a gas stove, just as they did it in my school years. I don't know, it was in many ex-Soviet schools to save tea. They don't like to do tea traditionally when you put some tea in a pot, then you put some boiling water. It is done differently. You take a bowl, you put lots of tea in it, and then you boil it together with sugar. And of course it loses some of its useful qualities, but it's very tasty, and it tastes like childhood. And my mom, who is not a very good eater, asked 2 or 3 portions of that tea, and I agreed to give them only with a sandwich, so it was a pretty useful cooperation. Then I decided I want some mascara, and had to use daylight because in my bathroom it's really cold and dark, and you cannot see your eyelashes well. And now there are lots of things that I have to do. For example, we have prepared a really interesting video about Soviet myths debunked, an important one about Holodomor, but so far I don't have time to find the necessary photos, and I'm kind of stressed about that, because I want this video to appear on the Memorial Day for Holodomor, and this is the next Saturday, this Saturday. But I hope maybe in the evening I will get this opportunity. And Sasha, my video producer, operator, director, he lives in another district, so we have to find this moment when he has light and I have light. And I'm also going to check some things on the streets, and how it all looks, because I hear generators working. I know that lots of businesses have invented something, but at the same time, no need to go to a supermarket, because big supermarkets, banks, clinics, all of that do not work. So we have to realize that we are under constant terrorist attack of a terrorist state, Russia, run by and supreme terrorist Vladolf, as you say, Putler. But this is funny, and his life is not funny, and what he does to the world is not funny. And I'm very much, honestly, now, having spent like 2 days in this darkness, I'm very much afraid of this winter. What will it bring us? Because it's pretty cold very quickly after you have no electricity. And I know that it will continue as long as they are alive, orcs. And also, to be a little bit on a positive note, I know that I have many viewers from the United States, and today you celebrate Thanksgiving, and I very much like the idea of giving thanks to people. And I want to tell you that we are very grateful to all the people from the world who support us, and to the United States who celebrate today Thanksgiving. So thank you very much for seeing Ukraine, understanding that we are going through difficult times and providing your support, being our voice. Please don't forget about Ukraine. Don't think that what Putler does is normal. We cannot get tired of fighting against evil and fighting against him. This is very important. I also want to thank very much those people who work with electricity infrastructure lines and all of that, to fix them for us to be able to use electricity. They are just as important as the Ukrainian armed forces because they work in difficult condition. It's winter, it's cold, it's freezing, it's dark. They work daily and they work at night, and they have never come across such problems because Russia systemically destroys our infrastructure and we have huge problems, like 2 atomic power stations don't work. Imagine under what pressure, under what conditions they are working, and they continue helping Ukrainians, and still, despite all the efforts of Putin's regime, we will have that electricity, and that's really important, and I'm very grateful to these people. Please forgive if my videos look like a little bit chaotic, because there are many things that I want to tell you and to fix my experience. And also, I don't have normal access to news. Imagine you live in a country at war, you don't have electricity, you don't have internet, and you don't have normal access to news, so I don't even know what is going on, because it may take 5 hours to refresh the news feed or something. But hopefully we will get more hours with electricity or with internet, because I feel like I very much need our communication, and I'm really grateful for the words of support that you express. And please talk about Ukraine in your communities, because we do need the support. And also talk about Russia, that it is a terrorist state. There is no doubt that Russia is a terrorist state. Thank you for buying me coffees. It keeps me warm, and I will boil one more tea pot for my mom. Thank you so much for becoming my patrons, and thank you for standing with Ukraine and Ukrainians against this global evil that is Russia today. Thank you so much. Slava Ukraini!